Hey everyone! Welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and click on the bell so you never miss out on our updates. Now, today, we've got some huge news that could affect millions of Canadians. Something big is brewing in the political and financial landscape, and trust me, you don't want to miss this. Mark Carney, former governor of the Bank of Canada, and now an influential financial figure, is pushing for a new bill that could completely shake up the way Canadians receive their monthly benefits. We're talking about the Old Age Security, or OAS, and the Canada Pension Plan, or CPP. But what exactly does this mean for you? Is this a move that'll help or hurt your financial future? Stick around, because we're diving deep into everything you need to know about these proposed changes coming in 2025. Now, grab a coffee, sit back, and let's unpack this surprising new development. Cut to a close-up of the host, with a graphic on the screen that says Mark Carney wants to pass a new bill. The proposal by Mark Carney. First off, let's talk about Mark Carney himself. If you don't know who he is, let me give you a quick rundown. Carney is no stranger to Canadian finance. He served as the governor of the Bank of Canada from 2008 to 2013, guiding the country through the aftermath of the 2008 global financial crisis. After that, he went on to lead the Bank of England, so he knows a thing or two about economic strategy on a global scale. Now, after years of being in the high echelons of finance, Carney is advocating for something that could significantly impact Canadians' wallets, especially the senior citizens and retirees who rely on programs like OAS and CPP. So what is this new bill? In short, it's a proposed set of reforms aimed at improving Canada's retirement benefits system. The goal is to make sure that Canadians, especially those relying on old age security and the Canada Pension Plan, are financially secure in their later years. The bill is expected to be introduced in 2025, but let's take a deeper look at what's really going on here. What exactly is OAS? Before we jump into the nitty-gritty details of this new bill, let's quickly refresh our memories on the two main programs we're talking about, OAS and CPP. The Old Age Security, or OAS, is a government program that provides a monthly pension to Canadians who are 65 or older. The amount you get depends on how long you've lived in Canada after turning 18. OAS isn't based on your income. It's available to all Canadian citizens and permanent residents, though there are income thresholds that can affect the amount you receive. So if you're a senior and you've lived in Canada for most of your life, OAS is there to provide some financial relief. Now, let's talk about the Canada Pension Plan, or CPP. CPP is a bit different. It's a program where Canadians contribute throughout their working years, and when they retire, they start receiving monthly payments based on how much they've contributed. This system is essentially designed to help Canadians replace part of their income once they retire. Both programs, OAS and CPP, work together to form the backbone of Canada's retirement income system. The big changes coming in 2025, all right. Now let's get to the meat of the matter. Mark Carney's proposed bill is aiming to make significant changes to both OAS and CPP. Let's break down what these changes might look like. First, there's talk about increasing the OAS payments, especially for middle and lower income seniors. Right now, OAS payments are modest, and for many seniors, it doesn't fully cover their living expenses. The proposal includes a substantial increase in the amount given to OAS recipients, which would help those struggling to make ends meet. But here's the kicker. The bill also suggests an automatic yearly increase tied to inflation. This would mean that seniors wouldn't have to worry about their OAS payments losing value over time, something that has been a real concern for many. In addition, there's a proposal to expand the income threshold for receiving full OAS benefits. Right now, high-income earners can have their OAS reduced or even eliminated, but Carney's bill could make it so that more seniors would qualify for the full amount, regardless of their income. The logic behind this? As life expectancy increases, the idea is that seniors will need more financial help in the long term, not less. What about the CPP? Next, we have the Canada Pension Plan, which is also set for some major overhauls. Now, one of the biggest proposals is an increase in the maximum monthly benefit that you could receive once you retire. Currently, the amount you get from CPP is capped based on how much you've contributed during your working years. But Carney's bill proposes raising that cap, which means those who have paid into the system for a long time and who've made substantial contributions could get a significantly larger monthly payout. Additionally, there's talk about lowering the age at which Canadians can start receiving their CPP benefits. Right now, you can begin collecting CPP at age 60, but the full amount is only available at 65. Carney's bill might offer more flexibility, potentially allowing people to access their funds earlier with adjusted payout amounts. But that's not all. Another major point of discussion is the way that CPP payments could be more equitable across different income levels. Right now, there are disparities in what Canadians receive based on their earnings history. Carney's proposal could address this by making the system more progressive, ensuring that those with lower lifetime earnings aren't penalized when it comes to their retirement benefits. Why now? The urgency behind the reform. Now you might be wondering, why is Mark Carney pushing for these changes right now? Why in 2025? The answer is simple, yet complex. Canada's aging population. Over the next few decades, more Canadians are going to retire, and many of them are going to rely heavily on OAS and CPP to fund their post-work life. According to Statistics Canada, the number of Canadians aged 65 and over is expected to more than double by 2036. This means that the demand on both OAS and CPP will rise, and the government is facing mounting pressure to make sure these programs can sustain everyone who needs them. And then, of course, there's the issue of inflation. The cost of living continues to rise, and retirees often find that their pensions aren't keeping up. The proposed changes to OAS are designed to counteract this problem, ensuring that seniors aren't left behind financially as prices go up. The idea is to make the system more future-proof, so it can continue to provide the support that retirees need as life expectancy grows. What does this mean for the average Canadian? Okay, so let's talk about what all of this means for you, the average Canadian. If you're in your 20s, 30s, or 40s, you might not think too much about OAS or CPP just yet, but trust me, these changes will affect you in the long run. For starters, the idea of increased benefits means that you'll be able to contribute more to your retirement through CPP. If the proposed increases go through, you'll see more money in your account when you retire, which could be a big win, especially if you're worried about outliving your savings. On the flip side, if you're closer to retirement, the proposed changes to OAS could be a game changer. More money coming your way means you might not have to rely as heavily on your personal savings or other sources of income. It could make a real difference in your quality of life. But keep in mind, these are still proposals. The bill won't pass overnight, and it's important to stay updated on how the government responds to these changes. But if it does go through, it could be the most significant shake-up to Canada's pension system in decades. So, what happens next? As I mentioned earlier, this bill is expected to be introduced in 2025, but we don't know exactly when. If it passes, we'll start seeing changes to OAS and CPP in the following years. But before we get too excited, it's important to keep an eye on how this bill moves through the legislative process. Will there be pushback? What will the opposition parties say? How will the government pay for these changes? It's safe to say that while this proposal is promising, there's still a lot of uncertainty about how it will play out in the end. So there you have it, Mark Carney's bold proposal for overhauling Canada's retirement system. Big changes to OAS and CPP could be just around the corner, and it's crucial that we all stay informed about what's coming our way. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. We'll keep you updated as more information comes in about these changes. And hey, let me know your thoughts. Do you think these changes are a step in the right direction, or are you worried about the long-term impact? Drop your thoughts in the comments below, and let's get a discussion going. Until next time, stay smart, stay informed, and take care of your future. See you in the next video.